dream. I walk out onto the high dive platform at the Olympics and make the perfect back 2.5 twister. Will my Olympic dream come true? Nah, I'm a pole vaulter.
There'll still be some limits to the dreams of Olympic athletes, but none for Olympic Games spectators with Visa, the only card accepted at the Sydney Olympic Games.
I can't even swim.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
This Fox NFL special is brought to you by Visa, the preferred card of the NFL. Visa is everywhere NFL fans want to be. By Sears, the good life at a great price.
In the Soho district, now with 2 scores.
Live from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, UPN 44 Sports presents the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tonight, the Bucs play host to the Kansas City Chiefs. Hi, everybody. Dave Sims along with Ron Jaworski. Good to have you with us. This is the final tune-up for the 2000 season. We're that close, folks. Let's talk about the Bucs here. Talk about the defensive line. Brad Culpepper, big story this week. He's no longer with the ball club, so that means James Canada and, more importantly, Anthony McFarland. Big spot for them.
No question, Dave. And when you look at this Buccaneer defense under Tony Dungy, it really has been the constant of the football team. And this preseason, it has not been the constant. They haven't tackled well. They've given up 4.1 yards per rushing attempt. That's not good enough. You have to stop the run. Clearly now James Canada has to step it up. He'll be the third guy in that rotation after McFarland, after Stapp. But they have to stop the run. That's where it all starts.
And tonight, Ron, it's going to be a heck of a test because Kansas City was the third best rushing team in the league last year. Now let's look on the offensive side of things. Quarterback. What has Sean King shown you to this point?
Maturity. When you look at a young quarterback, you want to see if he has that maturity, that poise, that patience, that presence in the pocket. I have seen that in Sean King. He's completed just a hair under 60% in the preseason. And right now, what I really like about him, 8.04 yards per attempt. That's a huge number. Now you have Keyshawn Johnson there for the big plays. You have the weapons surrounding Sean King. You have a chance to be explosive on offense.
All right, let's take a look at the Lindell Mazda keys to the game from Ron Jaworski.
You have to solidify the offensive line. There's been some new people up front. If you're going to consistently run the football and have balance, it all starts with the guys up front. Tonight, defensively, the Bucs must stop Tony Gonzalez, the NFL's best tight end. And, of course, it's a last preseason game. That means no injuries.
That is the prayer going on around this entire complex. Let's get in, get out, and have nobody get hurt. And we won't get hurt up here either. That's the story as we get ready to kick off this final preseason game of the year 2000. Opening kickoff is minutes away. We'll be right back after these messages. Boom one. There's a look at Gunther Cunningham in his second year as head coach, longtime defensive coordinator with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's Gramatica, who has struggled during this preseason run, and that's they may not voice it, but that's got to be a point of concern for the ball club.
No question about it. You know, last year, the Bucs special teams ranked 5th in the NFL in the preseason. They haven't played up to that high number.
Kirby Dardar, 3 yards deep. Little indecision. He's going to bring it out. Got one man to beat. He slowed up and then finally swarmed under. Nice job by Jeff Gooch to bring him down a 23-yard return. Daniel Jones, a young wide receiver, number 11, forced him in. So Kansas City, not great field position as they'll start from the 16-yard line. Elvis Gerback, the starter tonight. 62.9% completion rate so far in the preseason, which has been winless. Very uncharacteristic for the Kansas City Chiefs.
In their history, which is 40 years, they have never had a winless preseason. They're looking at that right now.
Gerback, deep sideline ball, got Alexander, broken up. Nicely done by Donnie Abraham on the coverage. They tried to get it to Derek Alexander, the 7-year man out of Michigan. Ball hung up in the air a long time, Ron.
Donnie Abraham, great awareness, reaches in the last second to tip the ball away. If the ball would have been thrown properly out in the box, would have made it a lot tougher for Abraham to make that play. A good awareness, locating the football and tipping it away.
Let's look at the starting lineup for the Kansas City Chiefs. Richardson and Cloud in the backfield. Lockett, Alexander, your wide out to a good and big offensive line. There we go, 2nd down and 10 with Alexander in motion. Elvis going to throw it again. gets it outside and quickly spun down by Rondé Barber's Kevin Lockett. Kevin Lockett, his 5th catch of the season, and a career-best 34 catches last year. As we look at the defensive lineup for the Buccaneers, Ahanitu, McFarland, Sapp, and White up front with Quarles, Duncan, and Brooks. The DBs are Abraham, Barber, Lynch, and Smith. And they want to get through this game, Ron Jaworski, without any more injuries to the safeties.
And they also want to improve their run defense, giving up 4.1 yards per rush in the preseason. And you got to be strong up the middle. Jamie Duncan has to improve his play. And, of course, now with Brad Culpepper gone, you're going to see a different rotation up front.
3rd down and 4 from the 23. Elvis going to throw it again. Looks right. Throws it. Kicked off. Abraham trying to spin out in the box. They're going to have great field position at the 11-yard line after the pick by Donnie Abraham. Boy, he read that one all the way.
And just an absolutely horrible decision by Elvis Durbach. If the Bucs play their predominant double zone coverage, man underneath, and those safeties split and play over the top, so those corners can gamble on plays like that. Abraham does an excellent job. You'll see a 3-step drop. Durbach waits a little bit on a quick drop. You can't hesitate. The ball's got to come out. Abraham does a fantastic job of reading the drop, reading the route, and getting the interception.
See if the Bucs can capitalize. 11 yards on the return. Warwick Dunn.
Allstott in the slot.
And he's in motion. They'll give it to Warwick Dunn. Finds a hole, picks up a couple. Dives inside as he's brought down by the strong safety, Larry Atkins, number 35. There's Sean King's numbers on the season. He's completing 59.6% this year. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Offensive lineup for the Buccaneers. Allstott and Dunn in the backfield with King. Green, Pearson, McDaniel, Christie, Middleton, Wunsch, Moore, and Keyshawn Johnson. Let's see what he does here early on.
Tony Dungy clearly would like to see this offensive line play well as a unit. They've had individual efforts in every game, but as a group, they haven't been consistent.
Throw out to the motion man, Patrick Hape. He takes it down inside the 5 to the 3. Maybe about a yard short of the first down. Patrick Hape with his 6th catch. Lewis Bush was there, outside linebackers. We look at the KC defensive unit. Not a bad unit up front. Hicks, Martin, Browning, and Clemens. The backers are Bush, Patton, and Edwards, and the DBs Warfield, Hasty, the veteran Atkins, and Woods.
And Blue Bush taking the place of Derek Thomas, one of the greatest pure pass rushers in the history of the NFL, who unfortunately passed away last February.
3rd down and short for the Buccaneers. Allstott got the first down, close to a touchdown. They give it to him. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers capitalize on the turnover.
Mr. Sims, that is Tampa Bay Buccaneer football. Defense creates a turnover. The offense comes on the field. The power running game, the ISO fob. The fullback leading up, Patrick Hape on the linebacker, knocking him out of the way, and Mike Allstott bulldozing into the end zone. That's Buccaneer football.
Keep it simple. Here's Gramatica for the point after. And everything works perfectly. 7-0 Tampa Bay. Nothing like capitalizing on a turnover in unbelievable field position. The Bucs take it in. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort by Mike Allstott would not be denied as he pulls his way into the end zone, and the Buccaneers have a 7-0 lead. This season, 3 plays, 14 yards over a 3-12 span. It doesn't get any better than that.
Football's a game of field position, and the 14-yard line in the plus 14 is great field position.
Look at our Time Warner scoring drive. Martin Gramatica got the first one about 3-4 yards deep. This is a ditto. He's off to a good start. Here's Dardar to the 20. Hit there. Al Singleton. First one, and somebody lost their hat down there. Al Singleton. 23 yards on that return. And coming off the field, it's Don Davis who lost his helmet. Number 58. Here's Allstott after getting a first score of the game.
Not only was David the kick deep in the end zone, about 5 yards, excellent hang time, allowed great coverage.
Kansas City started at its 16 the first time, now at the 21. Tony Gonzalez resets. Now they go to the run game. Mike Cloud out of Boston College, their second-year man, runs right up the middle, and that's an area of concern that we addressed in the pregame show, Ron, that particularly when we saw the Bucs 2 weeks ago in Miami, they did a great job of running up the middle. Damian Robinson with the stick.
Yeah, and actually last week, New England did a decent job of running inside, and it's clearly an area that, you know, people are going to look at the tape and they're going to see, you know, offenses making yards inside the tackles, and they're going to stick to the power running game. So you've got to make a statement that it's not going to be easy getting yards inside. That's what the Bucs defense wants to do in this matchup.
Second down and 6. Cloud, big carry, pops and runs through the initial stick. Derek Brooks, number 55. He got a couple of more yards after that initial stick. Mike Cloud, tough running back, all Big East Conference a couple of years ago.
And the Chiefs play a plethora of running backs in that backfield. They're not a team that goes with a feature back and he gets 1,200, 1,300 yards. They'll play 3 or 4 running backs and get 400 or 500 yards out of each of those guys. And Carl Peterson, the Chiefs president, CEO, and GM, he loves when I give him all those titles. And he likes that philosophy.
They don't call it mall ball for nothing.
That's right.
And there's Mike Cloud into the secondary. He's got a first down to the 42-yard line. Derek Brooks again on the tackle. Shelton Quarles there as well, number 53.
The Kansas City Chiefs are basically a mirror image of the Buccaneers. They love to play the good, solid defense. They love to have the power running game, and they like to get the big plays out of the play-action passing game. Gunther Cunningham, as you said, mall ball, nothing fancy. Let's go mano on a mano and kick some butt.
Let me tell you something. They got some studs up front, too. 7-yard gain. Gerback to throw. Got a man down there. He's drilled immediately by Brian Kelly. Catch made by Kevin Lockett. His second catch tonight.
Tackled by number 25, Brian Kelly.
10 yards on the pickup, and they'll move the sticks. It'll be a first down for Kansas. Check that. It'll be second down and a very short 1. That offensive line, Ron, 6'6", 316 for Tate. Dave Zott, 6'4", 289. Grunhart, the center, 6'2", 314. Will Shields, 6'3", 321. And Victor Riley, 6'5", 341.
They're big.
Goodness gracious. Hitting the backfield. Nice play. Warren Sapp got it started. Got a lot of help. Johnny Lynch was in there to help clean up the action. Donnell Bennett, not too much running room. And Warren Sapp and the Buccaneers, that's a 2-yard loss. Back to the 44-yard line of Kansas City.
Excellent job by Warren Sapp, and that's the key to stopping the running game when you have a big, massive offensive line. They're going to go shoulder to shoulder and just try to push out the way. What you've got to do is split through those gaps, make the play in the backfield. Do not let the running back get started. Good penetration by Sapp on that particular play.
Yeah, quick Will Shields. Tony Gonzalez in motion. 3rd down and 3. Gerback rolling, in trouble, throws underneath, and it's incomplete. Try to get it to Tony Gonzalez. He is the best tight end in the league, and that's just what you didn't want to see. That was the last thing Carl Peterson was up here looking for you. He said, we want to get out of here, get nobody hurt.
Yeah, Gerbach took a shot there.
When we come back, we'll give you a look at how Gerback got hurt on that deep penetration by the defensive line of the Buccaneers. 4th down when we come back. 7-0 Tampa Bay. Here's how Elvis Gerback got hurt.
So you want to play quarterback in the National Football League. Marcus Jones coming around the corner. Good edge rush. Derek Brooks coming from the other side. Oh, that's a high-low. Hello.
Troy Drayton, number 87, veteran tight end, got beaten on that play. Todd Sauerbrunn out of West by God, Virginia, with the punt, a high hanger. Down to about the 12-yard line. Carl Williams looking for the wall. Can't find it. Down at about the 15 off a 44-yard punt.
On the return. Tackled by number 55, Ron George.
Joe Marciano and his crew. Not much of a return after that first punt of the evening. 7-0 Buccaneers here at Ray J. Broadcast, the radio broadcast. And an injury report. Nobody's hurt. It's being brought to you by. Welcome back, everybody. 8:47 to go, first quarter. Buccaneers lead it. Take a look at the Chiromed injury report. And take a look at the Chiromed injury report here from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Buccaneers leading 7-0. And unfortunately, there's too many guys hurt here in this final preseason game. Jason Modem, he may be fortunate even to come back, Ron.
Yeah, it really is. And they need someone to solidify that left tackle position. When you have a right-handed quarterback, you want to have someone that can keep you protected back there. But it's interesting talking to Rich McKay before the game, right here on the pregame show. He said, you know, this style of offense, it's really not imperative that you have a left tackle that is a great pass protector, because the Bucs aren't going to throw the ball 50 times a game. They're going to be balanced. They're going to power run the football. And when they do have to throw the football, they'll keep someone else in to help that tackle and pass protection.
Zach plays green, top of your screen. Allstott in the slot and Keyshawn at the bottom. Good matchup for Keyshawn Johnson. Try to run, Dunn, nowhere to go. Solid play by Marcus Patton, the veteran from UCLA, the middle linebacker for Kansas City, number 53. Led the team last year with 20 tackles for losses.
Those are called
3 on that one.
Stuffs. Marcus Patton, and that is spelled correctly, M-A-R-V-C-U-S. I always thought it was a misspelling when I first saw that. Yeah,
years ago, Buffalo, right?
Right.
Sean King and the Bucs go out of the shotgun. Last possession, they only had to go 14 yards. This time, we got movement and flags all over the place.
Start, 62, offense. 5 yards, second down.
The familiar face and voice of our referee, Bob McElwee. You know, we're going to be checking our email for your questions for Jaws to be answered live on the air tonight. So just go to www.upn44wtog.com and click on the Ask Jaws icon. Send us your question. Second and long. Second and 17 as we get under the 8-minute mark here, first quarter. On the draw, big hole opens up. Nice move by Warwick Dunn to the 21. James Hasty brought him down. Marcus Patton also hit him as well. That hole opened up, and next thing you know, Dunn was gone.
Again, you're seeing the design of the offense now under Les Steckel. Spread the field out, set up the pass, give Warwick Dunn some running room. By spreading the field, you create those seams. And, of course, in space, there are very few running backs that run as good as Warwick Dunn.
14-yard gain by Warwick. Third down and 5, ball at the 20. King checking off. Play clock at 10. King throws, got it to Riddell Anthony. He's got the first down and more down the sideline. Keyshawn with a good block that brought him about another 10 yards into Kansas City territory. First down, Tampa Bay. Donnie Edwards finally brings him down. But Ryan, Keyshawn Johnson showing that willingness and the ability to block downfield.
Well, here's what you'll see right here. I love the formation. 1, 2, 3, 4 wide look. That spreads the field. Good stick throw by Sean King. I like Riddell Anthony catching the football in his hands. Right there. Here comes Keyshawn moving people. That's the extra 10 yards right there by a wide receiver hustling downfield, getting a body on a body. That's another factor of Keyshawn Johnson blocking.
37 yards on the throw. Uh-oh, back the other way, Donnie Edwards. And this is an easy 6 for Kansas City. Off the shoulder of the intended receiver, Green. And Donnie Edwards takes it home 61 yards. So much for that drive.
Well, Donnie Edwards is just saying, thank you, Jacques, for not holding on to that one. Pops up right in his hands, and Donnie Edwards, the Chiefs' leading tackler a year ago, didn't make the Pro Bowl, but probably should have been. You'll see the throw right here. A little bit behind Jacques. Edwards picks it off.
Lights out from here. Pete Stoyanovich for the point after. Pete didn't hit that real well, but he got it through. 7-7 ball game at the 6:15 mark. Little momentum shift here, eh, Mr. Jaworski? First quarter of the final preseason game. 7-7 Chiefs and Buccaneers. 1 yards with an INT to tie the score at 7. Ron, you saw something you didn't necessarily like on that.
Well, I know Donnie Edwards is pretty quick, but Jacques Green is a wide receiver. He should have been able to at least chase him.
Let's go down to to Doug and get an update on Elvis Gerback.
Well, guys, a huge sigh of relief on the Chiefs' sideline. Elvis Gerback just had the wind knocked out of him. That really could have been disastrous for them. Okay, guys, back up to you.
All right, Doug, thank you. 15-yard return by Jacquez Green. Nice tackle by Mike Maslowski out of Wisconsin Lacrosse.
Need more Polish guys in them kickoff teams. That's what
you feeling at home now, huh?
Hey.
That's some of the fellas, huh?
That's right. I must admit, though, I never did cover kicks or punts.
Maybe we've heard in high school.
So we've heard in high school. As we take a look at Herman Edwards, they're working with his defense.
Allstott with Pape in motion. Allstott is the running back looking for room. Finds some. Nice move. Keeps his feet. His balance is outstanding as he gets to the 26-yard line. And he was finally brought down by Kansas City's John Browning and Lewis Bush. Nice first down run by Mike Allstott. Now they're going to measure it just to make sure. Well, his balance and quickness of feet is just unbelievable for a guy his size.
Dave, so often we talk about backs running behind their pads, not under their pads. And when you watch Allstott run, he's always delivering the blow. He runs behind his pads, always gaining positive yards. You know, those backs that run kind of straight up under their pads, they take a beating. Oh, Allstott delivers the beating.
Yes, indeed.
He's just a fun guy to watch. You know, just, man, he's the kind of guy you just love to see play this game of football. You know, the passion's right there on his sleeve.
Keyshawn will go to the top of the screen here. Second down, about half the length of the ball. Pape and Allstott with Henry Lusk in motion. Look up the middle, he finds some room, gets the first down. Hard-nosed football, like you said. We know, you know where we're coming, but we're coming anyway.
We're coming. Yeah, look at that formation there. The Bucs had one wide receiver in the game, a couple tight ends, or three tight ends and one fullback, and hey, here we come. Try to stop us. For the Chiefs, Chester McLaughlin did not play today. Their perennial all-pro defensive tackle, resting him. The Chiefs have Indianapolis next week in their opener, and they want to keep their defense fresh.
Can't say that I blame them. First down. Running play to Dunn. Nowhere to go. Nice defensive play there for Kansas City. Number 99, Dwayne Clemens, the unrestricted free agent from Minnesota with the stop. But let's go down to the field coach, Doug Braver, and St. Luke's LASIK Center's focus of the game. Doug?
Well, I'll tell you, I've studied all the game tapes and talked to the coaches. The biggest problems with the running game up to this point have been just little minute errors in the offensive line, and the biggest thing is the timing just isn't there. So that's really the focus of the game for the coaching staff tonight. Okay, guys.
That's good thing to focus on, too, Doug, because those are some mistakes that are correctable, too. Second down, call it 11. King to Keyshawn. Got a block. Delivered a blow himself to the 35-yard line and set up a nice third and short situation for Tampa Bay. Eric Warfield, number 44, the cornerback, brings him down.
And the one thing you want to do is get Keyshawn Johnson involved in the passing game early. I think it's a little bit late, only 3:50 left in the first quarter. You want to get him the football as quick as you can. Here's just a little pitch pass to him, get him out in the perimeter. Good block right there. That's what you want to do. Get some running room for Keyshawn. He'll make some extra yardage. Get Keyshawn involved early.
Long 8-yard gain here as they stack the right side. Third down, long one for Tampa Bay. They run left side. Warwick Dunn scoots through, finds room, gets to the edge. Nice stiff arm. He's got help. Down the sideline. Keyshawn with a super job blocking. Warwick Dunn inside the 20-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay. What a fight down the sideline led by Keyshawn Johnson.
What you're now seeing out of this Buck offense, in particular the wide receivers, is attitude. Keyshawn Johnson lined up inside. But that doesn't mean he's not going to get involved. He's hustling. He's working downfield. You see blocks downfield by the wide receivers. Another block downfield by Riddell Anthony. You didn't always see that with the Buccaneer offense. It's an attitude. Keyshawn Johnson right there, who now has gotten two guys on the play. That's exciting. This is how the big runs happen. The little 4 or 5 yard run, that's wonderful. The big runs now, come because your wide receivers are downfield making blocks.
48 yards on the run by Warwick Dunn. Hape in motion, Allstott's back. Mike will get a chance. Mike looking for room. Picks up about 2 or 3. But you're right, that attitude that Keyshawn brings. Hey, man, let's rock. And he did on that play. And I tell you what, he's got about 6 notches in his belt here in the first quarter. Some great blocks, Ron.
And Dave, throughout the last season, as I spoke to defensive coordinators around the league, doing my shows for ESPN, a lot of them talked about the Bucs wide receivers, that they weren't nasty. They weren't physical. They didn't get after people. And that's the reason they didn't get big runs. Well, that is all history because Keyshawn Johnson now brings that attitude, and all the wide receivers are now getting involved in the running game as blockers.
Keyshawn in motion. And look left side. Got a man there. First and goal for Tampa Bay. Carl Williams with the catch. He looked off Keyshawn and threw back across, and that's another dimension that Johnson brings to this ball club.
Oh, you're so right, old wise one. You get double coverage on Keyshawn Johnson, so you come back to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 1.5 seconds. The ball is out, and I love Carl Williams catching that ball in his hands, then covering up, driving to the end zone for the extra yardage.
He beat 2-time Pro Bowler James Hasty. Hape in motion after that 10-yard gain. Allstott cut it back, cuts it up, picks up about 3 on the first and goal from the 5. Marcus Patton with the stop. Good-looking drive here by Tampa Bay. Started back on the 16-yard line.
Excellent drive, and you're seeing a lot of formation variation, motion, really keeping the Chiefs' defense off balance. Good play calling right now by Les Steckel.
Hopefully for Tampa Bay fans, just a little bit of a teaser treat here for what you can see the rest of the way. Remember reading a story that Les has only used, about a half an inch out of about a 7-inch thick playbook. Allstott to the 1. It's about the length of the football from getting inside. Donnie Edwards there, number 59, with some help from Ty Parton, number 97.
Now we'll look at this from ground level. When his knee touches the ground, where the ball is, that's where they will spot it. Good pad level, driving there, knee down, ball is just short. Mike reaches out after he was down, no touchdown, and that's the end of the first quarter, or almost.
Well, I tell you what, Allstott ran through a real good tackler, Larry Atkins, the strong safety, number 35, as the crowd applauds the Buccaneers' first unit. 80 yards rushing in the first quarter for Tampa Bay. We head to quarter number 2 with the score tied at 7, but the Bucs are on the doorstep. True. Good-looking running game by the Buccaneers in the first quarter, around 80 yards to get it going. And Keyshawn Johnson really played a big part, 78 yards officially, big part with his blocking downfield.
Why did you say good looking? Just the cheerleaders coming off the field.
It all goes hand in hand. Third down, a short 1. Big backs in there. Allstott gets the carry, fights through. Look at the feed, he stayed. He can't stop him. You can't stop him. Oh, my God, touchdown. He gets hit harder by his teammates than he did by Kansas City.
Reminiscent of the game against the Skins last year, knocking people down. 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders couldn't bring Allstott to the ground. You got to see this again. This is what everyone loves about Mike Allstott. One hit, and that's a good tackler, James Hasty. Jerome Woods coming in. Linebackers coming in. Warfield coming in. 5 guys can't bring him down. Touchdown. Oh, boy, if that doesn't get you excited.
Folks, that is what it's all about. Dramatica, point after. Bring it up. 14-7. Mike Allstott's got everybody juiced here, Tampa Bay. Wow, what a run.
That was the hardest hit of all.
Woo, that was special. We'll take a break. Regroup, 14-7 Buccaneers.
You got the big neck collar on there. Put the hat on and rest.
Man, oh man, Time Warner scoring drive. Started at their own 16. 84 yards in 10 plays. 6:24 off the clock. Desmond Kitchings from about the 1-yard line for Kansas City. Got running room. Got some blocking. Through the hole quickly to the 31-yard line. Nicely done. Gibson finally brings him down. A 32-yard return by Kitchings. Desmond out of Furman, a 7th-round draft pick. Kansas City's going to have the ball when we come back. Buccaneers right now hold the lead, 14-7. Raymond James Stadium, and a new quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's Todd Collins out of Michigan. One-time Buffalo Bill. His numbers for the preseason for you. Elvis Grbac knocked out of the game. He may return. We'll look for him a little bit later. They run straight up the middle. The power running game of the Kansas City Chiefs. That's Frank Moreau out of Louisville. He's a rookie, 4th-round draft pick. Tackled by Damian Robinson.
Dave, as I was studying the quarterbacks in this year's draft, I was watching Redmond, the quarterback out of Louisville, and Frank Moreau was a running back that caught a lot of balls and really caught my eye, and he's having a terrific camp with the Kansas City Chiefs.
7-yard pickup to go on the offset eye again. Harry Parker in motion. Keep it on the ground. Moreau, oh man, there was a battle in the hole. Did you see that? What a stick. Who was that? Right in the middle. It was the middle linebacker, Jamie Duncan, met him in the hole, and with some help from Al Singleton.
Yeah, this is exactly what Jamie Duncan has to start doing. Reading the trap block, then attacking and delivering the blow.
Singleton
that
got
is
the first
outstanding form tackle by Jamie Duncan. I had a chance to talk to some of the Chiefs coaches before the game about who's going to be their backup quarterback. It's crystal clear that Elvis Grbac will be the starter, and they really wanted some separation between Todd Collins and Warren Moon. They just didn't get it. They're really not too happy about their backup quarterback position.
God bless him, Warren Moon, but he's 43 years old. He's still around. I give him a ton of credit. One of the great quarterbacks in the history of the game, with the all-time yardage guy in professional football.
Yeah,
counting his time.
throw in the Canadian League as well. Oh, let's go to a question here. Hey, Jaws, how does the current Buck defense rank against the 1979 Buck defense? Well, that 79 Buck defense beat me up pretty good, especially old Leroy Selman. But this defense, I think, is better. It is a complete defense, has no weaknesses, and if they tackle as well as they tackled last year, this year, it will be the best defense in football.
Jeff Gooch stops Moreau. Moreau is getting out there quickly. First down for Kansas City.
And I want to thank Brad Lisk and Anna Maria Island. Get that right.
Somebody lost a hat down there. It's the second time we've seen it was one of the offensive linemen.
That means there's some hitting going on, Mr. Sims.
Yes, indeed. Jeff Blackshear, the backup left guard. Collins hands off to Moreau again. Boy, they want to look at him, and he's showing them something, too. Penalty flag back upfield, however.
That was
first down run by Frank Moreau. Al Singleton again on the stop. Todd Collins and Chiefs walking backwards. Bob McElwee waving them back.
For 60, offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
There's a look at Bob McElwee and his crew. Messrs. Rice, Viteri, Ferris, etc. And that holding penalty on Donald Willis, one of their guards.
Bob McElwee refereed last year's Super Bowl. Had a chance to fly into Tampa this morning with Bob McElwee. And of course, you know, these referees, they give you a clinic every time. I got to spend time with them. In fact, Red Cashin was outside, Dave. We saw Red Cashin. Remember old Red?
One of the
first down.
That and one of the other great calls to do that in a second. Donnell Bennett picks up a few and swarmed under at the 41.
You mean giving him the business?
That's
on
right.
The bottom of the file?
I think we talked that I seen Marty Lyons a few weeks ago. It was a Jet-Bills game, and he said Jim Kelly had said a few words, and he wanted to get him, and he did. Not a lot to choose from.
Excellent coverage right there, and you take the check down. Spread the field. The defense responded by covering everyone. Collins does a good job of getting a positive play.
Morrison, Parker, the wideouts. Collins, they'll run Donnell Bennett to no avail. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage, and what an active series by Alsherman Singleton, number 51.
Let's take a look at McFarland. Now, this play of the big fella. Good arm over swim move. Takes on the trap block. Whenever you can take up two blockers, it's going to free those linebackers to make plays. Good job by Anthony McFarland.
They'll spread them four wide. Tight end Troy Drayton in the slot bottom of your screen. Collins to throw. Not for long. Jackson out of Penn State, the 6-year man, with the sack.
Todd Collins never had a chance, hit his plant foot, and the pocket broke down. You'll see Todd set up nicely, set, looks downfield, hello, Tyoka Jackson, right in the jaw.
12 sacks on the season, the preseason for Tampa Bay. Todd Sauerbrun's going to punt. That was a loss of 8 yards. Andre Hastings inside the 15. That was a beauty. Looking for the wall. Got it momentarily as he got it to the 27-yard line. But Todd Sauerbrun, an All-American punter at West Virginia, late of the Chicago Bears with a good performance there. Tampa Bay from the 27-yard line when we return to Raymond James Stadium, 14 yards. Zaire a little time, hanging, flips it to Abdullah. And it's a good thing he went down when he did because he had some hard-charging pursuit. Ron George brought him down. Ty Parton, a defensive end, was coming hard, too, from behind.
And flip is the correct word. Zaire sets up, not much there, looking for somewhere to go, and flips it out to right.
It'll be 3rd and long for the Buccaneers on their own 44.
Abdullah's from Lehigh University, and the Philadelphia Eagles have their training camp up there, and I've been up there a few times, and all the Lehigh folks always say, hey, tell Abdullah we're all watching him and do well. And he is.
Yes, indeed. Blitz. Zaire throws it away. He threw it in the neighborhood of Verdell Anthony.
Pat Dennis came in clean on the play.
Check in with Bob Alvarez. Bob, what's doing?
Hey, guys, watching a pretty good game so far, but I want to remind all our viewers that on September 2nd, that's a week from tomorrow, we will have a 1-hour preseason edition of the Buccaneer Insider, 1-hour NBB, nothing but Buccaneers, here on the official station of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, WTOG-UPN 44.
Sounds good. All right, Bob. Nice spiraling kick by Royals, taken by Dardar at the 11. Draws a crowd down at the 19. 45 yards on that punt. Nice job by Stecker, who was a sticker on that punt. 9:22 to go. 14-7 Buccaneers. Don't forget, folks, season ticket waiting list. You may want to get on this. 800-795 bucks, or at the Bucks website at www.buccaneers.com.
Prior to the game, Dave, I had a chance to talk to Joel Glazer and tell him what a great job he has done with this stadium, this organization. It right now is the envy of a lot of teams around the National Football League. And the fans down here, the support they give this team, it's unparalleled right now. And that 12th man is certainly going to be important when the opening day begins next week.
Jamie Duncan, Tyoka Jackson. Good performance on that last play. The carry by Moreau. No gain on that play. He's got 4 carries now for 13 yards. Collins and Bennett in the backfield. Moreau in motion. Collins steps underneath. Oh, what a hit. Oh, that's how you unload. Jamie Duncan. Sylvester Morris. No need to exchange business cards after that one.
This is exactly what Tony Dungy wanted to see out of Jamie Duncan in this 4th preseason game. A little attitude, a little hitting. There's the catch, there's the throw. You watch the head jar back. That means there was good contact.
A decleater.
Yes, it was. Boy, that's form tackling right there.
Sure
Leave
is.
the shoulder pads.
I mean, that is unbelievable. Here we go. Collins got time, throws underneath. Receiver got punished at the 25. Boy, they're flying to the ball. Rondé Barber, Shelton Quarles. Say hello to Larry Parker.
Well, a couple weeks ago, we spoke about the poor tackling of the Buccaneers against the Miami Dolphins. Obviously, they must have had those tackling dummies out of practice the last couple weeks because the Buccaneer defense is very sharp.
And videotapes tend to embarrass you, too. If you haven't performed real well. Sauerbrun nailed a 54-yarder last time. This isn't too shabby either. Moonwalking is Carl Williams. You better pick it up. At about the 7. Got some room. Cut it back. He's got it. Oh, my goodness. Loose ball. Yo, Murphy's got it. At the 29-yard line. Wow. Clean living. Okay. They can't wait for the clock to run out on this final preseason game. Back with more. 7:09 to go, second quarter.
Are you a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan?
Stick around for Chatterbox halftime highlights.
Yo-ho, Buccaneers life for me.
Well, Mike Allstock's night of moving it, at least in the ballpark, is done. Touchdown earlier, a beauty. About seventh effort is when he scored. Rabi Abdullah. Ooh, goodness gracious. Nice defensive play by Kansas City as they unpile number 57, your guy, Jaws, Mike Maslowski.
Oh, yeah.
Second-year man, Wisconsin lacrosse. He had a right thumb injury that kept him out of action until tonight.
Well, he makes the tackle here. He was also the special teams player who forced the fumble from Carl Williams just a moment ago. Very heads-up play from behind. Punched the ball out.
Good form tackle on that one. No gain. Lusk in motion. Zaire wants to throw. He's got decent time. Throw it flat-footed to Lusk out on the flat. Picks up about 4. He beat the coverage linebacker Andre O'Neal.
And that'll be coming back, holding on the Buccaneers.
Andre O'Neal.
Hands to the face. 71 defense. 5 yards. Automatic first down.
I take that back.
Yes, indeed. Norris McCleary.
Usually when the flag comes from there, it's offensive holding.
Sure enough.
Gunther's pleading his case on the far sideline.
To no avail.
Gunther Cunningham has a reputation around the league as a workaholic coach. But in today's game, they're all workaholics. That's how competitive the business is.
1st and 10 from the 33. Running room for Abdullah. Man to beat. Gets into the secondary. Looks like about a 9-yard gain. Carlton Gray, 8-year man from UCLA, brings him down.
And again, a nice blocking effort downfield by Riddell Anthony. Give Abdullah some room to run. Delay. Abdullah to the outside. You see Riddell Anthony taking on 2 Kansas City Chiefs, giving Abdullah room to the outside.
10-yard gain, first down for the Bucs. Zaire, good-looking fake. Gets some time. Uh-oh, tipped up in the air. Great effort by number 97, Ty Parton.
Eric needed to be a little more patient. He had Riddell Anthony running the comeback deep to the sideline, had him open. Should have stayed with his reading progression. You see him come out. He sets right there. He's got the deep comeback up at the top of the screen, but he goes with a little check down to Patrick Cape. The ball's tipped in the air. The design of the play was a deep comeback. Take that first.
Ty Parton back from a knee injury. Playing pretty effectively tonight. Kansas City showing blitz. They bring it, try to run through, and nothing doing. Ron George playing in the middle on that play. Stops it cold. 6'2", 242 from Stanford. Top tackler on the ball club this year.
3rd down 10.
Abdullah slipped too, and it made an easier opportunity for Ron George.
3 wide look. Tight end in the slot, Henry Lusk. 3rd and long, tough to convert.
They rush 4. Zaire flushed out. Throws, got a man wide open. That's Hastings. Cuts through inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay. William Barty finally brought him down. A lot of open field for Andre Hastings.
And nice job by Hastings settling down in the hole. Reads the zone coverage, sits in the hole, gives Zaire somewhere to throw the football. Zaire did a nice job buying a little time in the pocket, letting the play develop. At that time, he stayed with his progression and got the big play.
40-yard gain. We've had a 48-yard run by Dunn, a 40-yard pass here to Hastings. Good night for Tampa Bay.
If you want to be a Super Bowl team in today's National Football League, you must get big, explosive plays.
And they're in the red zone. Abdullah cuts it back against the grain and cut it back to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Dave, the days of those 80-yard, 14-play drives are pretty much history.
Gracie Walker with the tackle, number 27. One of the top tacklers on this ball club, tied for third coming into tonight's game with Larry Atkins.
There's Clyde Christensen, the quarterback's coach here in Tampa. He's done a real nice job with this group.
Buccaneers with 106 yards in the air, 90 on the ground so far. Pretty good numbers. Still plenty of time, first half. Zaire, corner. Yo Murphy's there. He overthrows him. Murphy was down there. Couldn't believe how open he was, and I think ditto for Zaire.
Oh, not really, Dave.
Yeah?
Gracie Walker, the safety, was converged in that play, and I really believe if he would have made the correct throw, Gracie would have dissected the route and picked it off.
So he threw it away.
Yes. Right now, he's seeing Walker drifting over there, and you'll see him coming to your screen.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, and I think if the throw is low, Walker will pick that one off.
Good job by Zaire.
That's John Holt, right? I would have been our stat man up here. I'll tell you, he's the best. You know, those cornerbacks. I would have picked that one off. It would have been good.
John, you would have probably run up 103 on that one, right? Third down and 11 at the 18.
Quarterback would have tackled him.
Yeah. I'm emptying my pocket on that one, pal. Here's Zaire to throw. Slant. It's there. Completion. Gets it down to about the 9-yard line. Carlton Gray with the stop on Yo Murphy. And there's the call. Yo!
Nice job by Murphy with the stick to the outside, creating some separation. Ball slightly behind him, does a good job of getting his hips around and making the catch. A lot of the wide receivers are fighting for roster spots.
That's a good battle there for sure. Hastings and Murphy. They're going to go for it.
Very interesting.
Todd Yoder in the backfield. Now he'll shift. They have 3 tight ends. Pape is in the backfield right now. Hastings in motion. Play clock at 2. Play clock. He calls timeout. Does he get it? Because the clock was reading 0. And he does get it.
Trying to steal a first down to get the Chiefs jumping offside. Didn't work. Zaire called timeout with 1 second left. You know what happens in these situations now? It's the last preseason game. Coaches want to put all this stuff in, so all these teams begin to study you and break you down. They're saying, oh, be alert for these things. Be alert for them. So it takes more time of preparation away from the team that's going to prepare for you the next week. That's why you see a lot of reverses and kind of goofy plays in the fourth preseason game.
Why not? Good numbers there by the Buccaneers with 2:21 to go here in the first half.
Well, it's been a dominant first half for the Bucs here, except for the tip drop ball off Jaquez Green's hands that Donnie Edwards returned for a touchdown. It's been all Tampa Bay.
Okay.
That guy was at our hotel today, wasn't he?
That's right. And he's thankful tomorrow's Saturday. Oh, yeah, why not? Why not? First choice, Auto Finance, fan of the game. He knew he was in. He scored.
And he's excited about it, too, man. Go Bucs.
He's got videotape to show his grandkids. And they will definitely be questioning him in about 20 years.
You got to love him. You see that guy leaving the house? Oh, I'll see you tonight, hon.
Yeah.
Give the kids a little kiss, you know. No, that guy couldn't have a family.
Yeah. Here we go with Grammatica, struggling. 1 for 4, 27 yards for this attempt. Should be an easy one. And is. Martin knocks one home. 2 for 5 on the year. Maybe that will get him going as Tampa Bay extends its lead to 10. 17-7. Got to have him happy, right?
Yeah, you do. You know, these kickers, you know, they're all a little wacky anyway. You know, they start, getting in their head that they're off a little bit. They start thinking about their plant foot follow through, and it's really all above their shoulders. That could be a problem.
Worse than a golfer struggling, right?
Oh, don't even talk about golf. Golf. Oh, here we go. Let's do it. Ask Jaws. All right, if Sean King is injured, do you really feel that Zaire or Hamilton, the rookie, can get the job done? Possibly that's why they let Culpepper go, to free up some money to get a veteran quarterback off a waiver somewhere. Well, when you look at with the Culpepper situation, he wasn't making a whole lot of money. I think it was somewhere around, well, a whole lot of money, $800,000. I guess that is a lot of money, but in today's NFL, it probably wouldn't have affected the salary cap that much. So I don't really think the Culpepper situation had anything to do with money. But when you look at Eric Zier and Joe Hamilton, neither of them have really shown me so far this preseason that they can come in and take this team and control this football team. So if you want to win the championship, I believe you have to have a veteran quarterback somewhere in that group. I believe Zier has the ability to do that. I saw him in Cleveland. I saw him in Baltimore. I think he has that ability. I'd like to see him take that jump up a little bit more and prove that he can move this offense if he's going to be called upon. Sean King clearly is the quarterback. He hasn't arrived yet, but he's doing a lot of real good things.
Saw the Time Warner scoring summary. Desmond Kitchings is deep to get this kick. He'll take it, call it the goal line. 15, 20. To the edge. Penalty flag as he is shoved hard out of bounds by Tampa Bay's number 38. That's Earthwind Moreland. We love calling his name.
Two, during the return, 10 yards, first down.
Oh, Kitchings got some quicks, doesn't he?
Yes,
Boy,
he does.
Turned that corner. 7th-round draft choice.
Mr. Moreland, good look at him.
Now, come on, give me the same. You just can't let it go by.
I'm saying,
come on.
I'm leaving it out there for you. You got to knock it down the middle.
Because you know my colleagues at ESPN, they're going to steal that. Now, what are they going to say, Dave?
They got Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, yeah,
he's going to be all over.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be all over that.
Chris Berman will get him out somehow, some way, if he's on the roster.
Mr. Moon is in the game. The venerable Warren Moon pitches it to Bennett. Where's he going? Nowhere, says the Bucs defense. Bunch of folks there. Gooch, Tyoka Jackson, Damian Robinson. And we are now at the 2-minute warning. Tampa Bay enjoying a 10-point lead right now, 17-7. We'll be right back. This couple enjoying the game, 17-7 Buccaneers.
A little cold libation there. We might have one of those after this ball game, hot, humid night.
There's never been a more sure bet this day.
It's my favorite brand.
Down at 12 at the 14. Warren Moon. Sideline ball. Oh, man, it was an opportunity for Rondé Barber to at least knock it down and maybe get a pick with penalty flags all over the place. Rondé Barber, number 20. How about Warren Moon? He never ceases to amaze me.
What is he, like 74, 75 years old now?
Bless his heart. He's still out there playing, and he still may throw the prettiest ball in the game.
And I watched him warm up. I'm down the field. I'm talking to Warren. I mean, he's cut. He kind of pumped up a little bit.
Defensive tackle, 5 yards, repeat the down. Second down.
Good guy, Warren Moon.
Yeah, and the ball comes out of his hands, that nice, tight spiral.
Well, the Chiefs obviously think he's got enough left.
They hope so.
Yeah. Especially with Gerbeck getting hurt early, and it'll be the end of his night. Todd Collins was not exactly stellar in his time this evening either. 17-7. Moon back to throw. Looking. Look out, Warren from behind. Tyoka Jackson. 97 was there. And they call a timeout. The Buccaneers might be able to get the ball back in decent field position.
That is an excellent timeout. You'll see Moon set up here. This is a coverage sack. Warren does have time, tries to move. Not enough time.
Second sack tonight. Chartrick Darby there, number 91 as well. Timeout story. Bucks with one. Chiefs have all of theirs. Just remarkable to me. I mean, it's not astounding that a guy 43 years old is in great condition, but it is astounding to me that a guy is still playing in the National Football League as a quarterback.
And you consider all the throws he has made, not only in the NFL, but all those years up in Canada, practice throws and off-season. You know, you look at a guy like Brett Favre. I was with Brett Favre last week out in Green Bay, and I mean, you know, Brett can't throw a ball 5 yards right now because of the tendonitis in his elbow. And, you know, here you see Warren Moon at 43 out there gunning it every single day. He told me that Gunther told him he only had to practice once a day in training camp, and Warren said, nope, I'm going 2-a-days.
Kansas City 2 of 6 to the Bucks 5 of 7 on third down conversion. Here's Moon to throw. Standing tall, a little bit too long on that pass. Got to get it to Desmond Kitchings. So that'll do it. Buccaneers with a $1:41 to go. See if at the very least they can get a 3 spot out of this. Sauerbrunn will punt from inside his 5. He's standing at his 1. Carl Williams at the Tampa Bay 32. Sauerbrunn has had some beauties tonight. This is another one. He had a 63 and a 54. Williams backs up to the 25. Looking for the wall. He's got a shot. Goes through. Good-looking return. 47-yard line with 1:26 to go. And the Buccaneers can make some things happen and get some points on the board here.
Nate
The
Webster
tackle by Rashawn Sheehy. 59 yards on the punt.
Nate Webster with an outstanding block. You'll see him coming into the right of your screen right about there. Hello.
2 for
Take
1.
2 Chiefs out. There are guys that are going to make the Buccaneer football team on special teams making plays like that. You know, the starting spots are pretty well taken. The backup spots, few up for grabs. Special team spots, those are the ones that the coaches are looking at right now.
Wide receivers, 4 of them. Actually, Lusk is in the slot for Eric Zier.
As we say, a 4 wide receiver look.
You got it. Zier, sideline ball. Oh, that's a heck of a catch. That is a big-time catch by Carl Williams. Oh, they wipe it off. Ball was thrown behind him. He laid out. And it looked like a good catch. Here we go.
Deep sideline comeback, the toughest throw in football. Excellent adjustment. Fingertip grab. No, just kind of trickled off the fingertip and did touch the ground. Good call, but excellent adjustment by Carl Williams.
Sure was. Same spread look again for the Buccaneers. 1:19 to go here in the second quarter. Hageman looked like he may have moved. There's the penalty flag. The left tackle for the Buccaneers is a half a beat soon.
5 yards, second down.
Well, right now the scoring possibility is not looking as good as they did about 20 seconds ago, Josh.
Well, you look at George Hageman there, Mark Ward lined up to the outside. You put that offensive tackle on an island like that with that edge pass rusher. You want to get that foot out of the stance as quick as you can, and George picked it up a little bit early. When you're as big as he is and you move that foot a little bit, you're going to get caught.
So Hageman is in there. We saw Pete Pearson. Anybody else going to be in at that left tackle spot?
Well, I'm sure the Bucs will take a good hard look at the waiver wire the next couple days. Teams will be down to 53 players on Sunday.
Got to have some big folks up to protect. Zier throws it outside to Abdullah. Stays in bounds, takes a big blow. Got it to the 46-yard line. And he took one heck of a pop from Ron George. Then again, what else is new when Ron George is on the field? Under a minute to play here in the second quarter. No huddle for Zier. 3rd and 10. Zier hanging in, throwing. Uh-oh, picked off. Your guy, Mike Maslowski. They try to take it away from him. He rumbles down inside the 35. And there's a helmet on the field as well.
And a flag.
Helmet belonging to Todd Washington, number 75, going to pick it up at the 50-yard line.
55, first down.
Well, the Bucs catch a break here. Maslowski made the pick. It looked like a throw that Zier would get a little air under, a little arc over Maslowski. Had a receiver open downfield. Let's get a look at Zier setting in the pocket. You'll see Maslowski right there. You'll see the receiver coming in over the top, right there. Yeah, looks like one of those throws. You got to get a little air under that throw, or wait till the receiver clears the linebacker and hit the second lane, not the first lane.
KC has a total of 47 yards Tampa Bay's got 203 total yards. Zaire in trouble. Almost a great catch by Carl Williams. Zaire got blasted by Ron George.
Ron George having a very active game. The Chiefs come with their total blitz. In other words, they have more rushers at the quarterback than the Buccaneer offense can block, so you have to sight adjust. That means the quarterback catches the ball and throws a quick slant to the wide receiver. As we'll see it right here. You'll see the blitz, the blitz, the blitz. They're all coming. One comes clean. Got to hit that one.
Bucs would like to get the ball inside the 25 to give Gramatica a shot here. Right now they're at the Kansas City 47. Sideline ball. Nice catch. Nice catch, Carl Williams.
Excellent throw under pressure by Eric Zaire. And Carl Williams is coming up big tonight.
Yes, indeed. Ball to the 30-yard line. He stops the clock. 30 seconds to go.
First down, Tampa Bay.
You'll see the pressure on Zaire once again. Coming in clean, looking down the gun barrel. On the money.
Sure was. 25 yards on the play.
The Buccaneers' offensive line has to tighten things up. Zaire's getting too many clean hits on him.
They overload the top of your screen. 30 seconds ago, blitz picked up, slant, Yo Murphy. First down, Tampa Bay. Inside the 20 to the 18. Brought down
Timeout.
Gray.
Tampa Bay. That is their last charge. Timeout. 30 seconds. Timeout.
Well executed sight adjustment. You saw the two linebackers blitz. The receiver just sees them come in because they're outmanning your blocking schemes. Throw the quick pass.
So what do you think of this group here, Judge?
Well, you got to say Keyshawn's here. You got to say Jacques is here. You got to have Riddell Anthony there. You got Carl Williams there. Hastings has been strong. Now it becomes a numbers game with O'Connor, Jones, and Yo Murphy. Who's the guy that is going to stand out in this matchup?
I'm going to keep an eye, too, Judge, right now as we come back to live action. As a look at Zaire, he came out shaking his hand. He is the 2 plays ago. Well, he's been getting hit on a pretty regular basis after he throws. He's walking off the field shaking his hand, but he seems like he's okay.
The Chiefs are coming with their total blitz package. They are getting after Eric Zaire, trying to break down the protection schemes of the Buccaneers. Back to the wide receivers. It is everyone's belief that the Bucs are going to keep 5 wide receivers. Most teams keep 6, and a lot of teams keep 7. So you have a real log jam of some pretty talented receivers, and a couple of them aren't going to make the football team.
Hastings to the top of your screen. 2 receivers at the bottom. Zaire short drop. Throws out and too far for Carl Williams.
But Dave, you know, we've talked about it a number of times in the preseason. These tapes are being circulated to all the other teams around the league. They're seeing the guys that are making plays. Some of these guys may not be a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they will hook on with someone else.
Well, Bucks done a heck of a job moving the ball, moving the sticks. They've got 13 first downs. Kansas City with just 2. Here we go at 19 seconds to go. Second down and 10. Ball at the 18. Zaire throws too far for Henry Lusk. Judge, are you surprised at that length of pass and not something maybe a post here or a flag?
Yes, I am, Dave. They're in field goal range. There's no need to throw a 3 or 4 yard pass. You're going to throw the football, try to hit the seams, try to hit the corner out, try to hit the post. You know, try to get the 6 points. And I know Eric's taking some shots, and maybe they just took a conservative approach, but you know what? You got to take your shots when you get in that situation.
17-7 with 14 seconds to go. 36 yards on the attempt here by Gramatica. He's 1 for 1 tonight.
36 yards.
36 yards out of the hold from punter Mark Royal. Good snap, put down, kick. And Martin Gramatica, folks, is 2 for 2 tonight. And yeah, he's a little bit excited. Dave Moore, though, is used to that act. No reaction at all.
But I'll tell you, I know they're good, should be excited, but they are barely inside the pipe. Gramatica's a kicker that knocks these babies right down the middle. I still don't believe he has found his rhythm yet. Yeah, he's making them, but they're just inside the pipe. They still count as 3. Maybe I'm nitpicking here, right?
No. I think the fans at home are saying the exact same thing. They're going, come on, big fella.
Yeah, you know, I mean, those are chip shots for a guy like Gramatica. He's got a booming leg. and you'd like to see them split the uprights, not kind of sneak inside.
Yep. Nonetheless, a good drive by Tampa Bay. Make it 20-7 here.
Well, I believe the Buccaneers are ready for the Patriots. They're ready for opening day. This has been a dominant first half, offensively and defensively, and special teams have played very well. Tony Dungy got to be a little bit happy with his team's performance in the first half.
It's one of those first halves, too. You can probably feel the current go through the club, especially the starters. They're sitting out the second unit guys who being productive, putting some points on the board. Team's got to feel good about that.
There's Joe Marciano going by. Special teams have picked it up in this game. They were the 5th-ranked special teams a year ago, and special teams are important.
No doubt about it. Here's Grammatica's kick. Been pretty good tonight. This one to the 2-yard line, the Kitchens. Big hole, gets through it, and finally brought down. Penalty flag, however, back upfield. Earthwood Moreland brings him down. And that'll do it for
Turn team. The half is over.
As excited as Tony Dungy might be, I think Gunther Cunningham's going to give it to his team at halftime.
Giving a little earful to Bob McElwee and company, but right now, a commanding lead for the Buccaneers with 30 minutes in the books. A couple of field goals by Grammatica. 2 all-stop runs, one a spectacular 1-yard run. Kansas City's only points on a 61-yard interception return by Donnie Edwards. And let's go down to Doug Graber with Tony Dungy.
Coach, you have to really be pretty pleased, I think, with the first half.
Yeah, really much better than last week. It went pretty much according to script except for our 1 turnover. But I thought we hit well. We got field position with our defense. We took advantage of it with the offense.
I get a kick out of watching Keyshawn block.
I tell you what, our receivers have done a good job today. Riddell went in and got a good block on one of Rabi's runs, and that makes a difference. That helps you break them downfield.
Sure does. Okay, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you, Doug.
Okay, there you hear it from the boss, Dave Sims, and Ron, back up to you.
All right, Doug, thank you very much. Halftime score. Warren Moon. Penalty flag, slant patterns there, and a catch up to the 19-yard line made by Larry Parker. Now they're going to wave it off.
Yeah, he bobbled it and touched the ground.
Flag.
Offside. 91 defense. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5 yards. Repeat the down. Second down.
Well, that hurts.
That always amazes me. How can you line up wrong?
Right?
You know, there's that ball. It's 3 feet from your nose. You know you can't be in the neutral zone. How can you not line up right? It's not like you've never been out there.
Chartrick Darby out of South Carolina State. Second down and 11 for Warren Moon in Kansas City. Short drop, slant, it's there. Good for first down. And now loose ball picked up. Nice looking return down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line by Nate Webster.
Oh, Nate showed some Zuzu after he picked that ball up.
Sure did. It has not been a good night for Kansas City. Jeff Popovich. Good stick. Right on the ball. Out it comes Popovich. Out of Miami, as is Nate Webster.
That was Sylvester Morris, the Chiefs' #1 draft choice, who came to camp very late. He will learn one thing real quick. You get in traffic in the NFL, you better wrap the ball up or they will jar it out.
Joe Hamilton, his first appearance tonight. And I tell you what, boy, that's a heck of an ovation for the rookie from Georgia Tech. He's got a chance for a gimme here. First and goal at the 3. Stecker fighting his way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Aaron Stecker, the MVP of NFL Europe, I believe has solidified a spot on his Bucs roster, not with his kick returning and running, but his special teams play. And we'll see just a lead right up inside. Nice block inside. Good job. Henry Lusk on the play. Good block inside.
Doesn't get any easier than that.
Yeah, it's easy when you're up here in the press box.
Boy, oh boy. Stecker with the touchdown run. Nate Webster's return. Grammaticus point after is good. And this has turned into one of these Tampa Bay ha-has now. 27-7. Early third quarter. Good read by Stecker. Puts his nose down. Finds the end zone. Buccaneers by 20. Then Grammatica gets over and shoves him out of bounds. How about Martin Grammatica? That's not bad.
Yeah, right.
I think they're going to back it up.
I think the Chiefs have had a holding penalty on about every kickoff return.
And you know who's really going to be ticked off about that is Kitchens.
Holding.
He's done a pretty good
Number
job returning
52
tonight.
of the receiving team during the return.
And
10 yards, first down.
Andre O'Neal, guilty party. Kitchens has done some nice things on the returns.
Yes, he has.
So Warren Moon, his offensive line. Boy, they've done some scrambling on that offensive line. They've got all their second unit players in there. Marcus Spears, Jeff Blackshear, Donald Willis moves from guard to center. If you look at the Time Warner scoring drive, couldn't have been any easier for Mr. Stecker. One play, 3 yards, took just 6 seconds off the clock. It has produced a 27-7 lead. That after the Miami combination of Popovich and Webster forced the fumble and return it and set them up in good field position. Moon, deep drop, got time, throws, got a man, drilled. Number 11, Kirby Dardar, got lit up by Jeff Popovich.
Move pass intended for number 11, Kirby Dardar.
Kirby went up, tried to make that catch.
Broken up by number 33.
A little bit behind him by Warren Moon. You'll see Warren set up here in the pocket off the play-action fake. They got the post going over the top, was well defended, so you come back and take the square in. A little bit behind Dardar, but you got to come up with that catch. He's fighting for a spot in the roster. This is opportunity to show the coaches that he can make the tough catches in a crowd.
Popovich with an interception against the Skins a couple of in week 1 of preseason.
Spoke to Jimmy Ray, the Chiefs offensive coordinator, and he said they really haven't been sharp all preseason offensively, that they've just been out of sync, and they've shown it tonight. They've really struggled.
Dardar gets just blasted out of bounds by David Gibson. Dardar makes the catch this time. Going out to the sidelines right now. Doug Graber, what's doing down there?
I just talked to Dr. Joe Diaco, and the best news of all for the Bucs tonight, they're really very, very clean injury-wise. Kevin Doggins has a slight shoulder strain. He probably won't play anymore. Eric Sire got his thumb pinched between a couple of helmets, but other than that, it's really great news for the Bucs tonight. Okay, Dave and Jaws.
All right, thank you, Doug.
Just a pinched thumb. I like that, Coach. Way to go.
Not much running room on that play. Jeff Gooch.
But let me tell you something.
All the tackle.
You pinch your thumb between 2 helmets. It hurts.
Oh, man.
It hurts.
Yeah. I would think so. Jeff Gooch with that great speed and quickness out of Austin Peay. You get the big back Frank Moreau behind Warren Moon as we look at Kirby Dardar.
A local product. I believe it's Jefferson High School.
Moon's going to throw. Deep sideline ball for Dardar. He's there. Makes the catch. Kirby Dardar.
And roughing the quarterback.
At the 26-yard line.
Tyoka Jackson, late hit on Warren Moon.
Deshaun Mallard covering on the play for Tampa Bay.
Nice throw by Moon out in the box, giving Dardar the opportunity to make the catch. Does a nice job of getting both feet down in bounds. One of your Big East guys there, David.
Yes, sir. Had a good career up at the land of orange, Syracuse, New York. Syracuse looking to bounce back this year, but this looks like a Miami, Virginia Tech Big East Conference this year. Penalties this year on that play. 42 yards on the pass plus the penalty. So a big gainer sets up Kansas City at the Tampa Bay 13. Moon, quick drop, slant is there, dropped Tried to hit Mitch Jacoby out of Northern Illinois. Teamed in a trade last year with St. Louis. Jeff Gooch covering.
Jacoby has to make that catch. Hit him right in the belt buckle. Old Warren can stick it in there. Take a look at Jacoby peering in at the snap of the ball. Stick to the outside. Right there.
It was right there. Doesn't get any better than that.
Nope. You're going to get hit anyway, so might as well catch it.
Kitchens to the top of your screen. Clock at 5. Moon looking, throwing, and it's got a man. Arlen Bruce. Boy, look at a hustle there. Did you see Marcus Spears, number 70, come over and knock a few people down? Human bowling ball. 6'4", 319 out of Northwestern State. Bruce makes his first catch of the night, third of the
Holding,
season.
number 85, offense. 10 yards, repeat the down. Second down.
That would be on Mitch Jacoby. So Mitch has not had a good couple of plays here, Ron.
He wishes he was back in St. Louis right about now. Might have one of those Super Bowl rocks on his finger.
Yep. Boy, this backs him up to the 22-yard line.
Bucs defense flying around tonight. They're getting ready for that opener up in Foxborough.
And he's got Dardar and Kitchings to the top of your screen. Moreau in motion. Moon throwing at a man over the middle. And knocked down. Webster had it. Should have kept it. Got another helmet knocked off back upfield, too, at the 40-yard line. One of the Buccaneers is at Canada. Watch his helmet get knocked off as he comes up.
Great drop right here by Nate Webster. That's a linebacker getting back in that deep middle of the field. You know, we've all watched Hardy Nickerson for a number of years play that position so well in nickel situations. Good depth by Nate. Got to work on his hands a little bit, though. Get that jugs machine out. Get some calluses. Catch the football. Nate Webster's a guy that whenever he's on the field, he's active and he's around the football. As the season goes on, he's going to get more playing time.
Penalty flag. Moon overthrows his man wide open. Warren Moon had Chris Gall, the fullback, wide open. Trying to keep an eye on Canada and Jeff Smith, their battle.
Number 81, defense. 91.
91.
5 yards, repeat third down.
Chartrick Darby.
Yeah, you'll see him. There's that line. He broke the perimeter. He's in the neutral zone.
That's a long walk to the sideline.
Now you got to look at Tony and Monty Kiffin over there.
First thing he sees, Monty shaking his head. Third down and 15. Ball at the Tampa Bay 18-yard line. Crowd getting into it. Two tight ends. One setback for Warren Moon. Jailbreak throws over the middle. Moreau blasts his way down to about the 7-yard line. Had to get to the 3 for the first down. They stop him at the 6.
Boone sets up in the pocket looking downfield. 3rd and 15. Bucs go pure zone. Give him that dump off and then attack the ball carrier.
12-yard pickup to Frank Moreau.
Nate Webster around the ball. Jeff Gooch. Linebackers are flying.
4th and goal. Ball at the 7-yard line. 4th and 4 at the 7. Moore looking left, throwing left, incomplete. It's broken up by Popovich. Popovich went for the ball. Had he come up with it, he would have had clear sailing up the sideline. In any event, Tampa Bay will take over on downs. Nicely done by the Buccaneers defensive unit. 27-7 Buccaneers over the Chiefs. Yeah, he's been busy. He's been pretty good.
He's been a little scary.
Yeah. Not a good one by Royals. If Kitchings, he does. He gets it on the first bounce. Looking inside, David Gibson brings him down at the 47-yard line. A 33-yard punt by Royals. And he's not real pleased with it. Timeout, back with more. 27-7 Tampa Bay over Kansas City in the preseason finale. Well, 2nd down and 7. Ball's at the 24-yard line of the Buccaneers. Some big backs back there. Moreau and Gall. White to throw. Gets it to Gall, who's knocked down quickly in the secondary by Earthwind Moreland, number 38, Chris Gall. There's a look at Mr. Moreland out of Georgia Southern. There's Moreau. He's leaving.
Moreland, nice tackle in the open field. The Bucs have tackled very well tonight. I still go back to the NFC Championship game a year ago where the Rams edged out the Bucs, and Dick Vermeil said it was the best defensive tackling performance he had ever seen.
I believe it. Lot of running room, straight up the middle, and boy, the back judge almost has his right knee wrecked. First touch tonight by Rashawn Sheehy. He was finally brought down by Lamar Marshall.
And umpire Jeff Rice in on the play.
That's the Matt Miller spot.
This guy's a tough spot. That's a tough place right there. Bodies are flying around, cutting inside, cutting outside. Passes coming over you. Oh, baby, I'm getting out of here. Sheehy breaks a tackle. Breaks a tackle there. Comes down. Ooh.
You got to have a feel to play that position.
Yeah.
Gall and Moreau back in the game. Moreau straight up the middle. Nothing fancy about that. Alsherman Singleton brings him down. Well, one thing about Moreau, he'll be doing the fancy stuff straight ahead. Gunther Cunningham playing the Alabama.
Now, we talked about the players wanting to get out of here healthy. I think the referees and the umpires want to get out of here healthy. They want to be there opening day.
And speaking of which, Jeff Smith taking a knee. The interior lineman for Kansas City. Jeff out of Tennessee, fifth-year man. Another one of the big boys, 6'3", 324. Take a timeout. When we come back, we hope Mr. Smith is okay. 3:50 on the clock. 27-7 Tampa Bay leading Kansas City.
I got splitter splatter.
Tampa Bay takes over. Donnie Davis with the recovery.
And the Buccaneers have a lot to do with things going wrong for Kansas City. A hard-hitting game, good defensive battle, creating the turnovers, gang tackling. You see at least 5 red jerseys around the ball carrier. The Bucs winning at the line of scrimmage. Penetration into the backfield, blowing it up, and the ball squirts loose.
Who would have thought this deep into the game that gotten this far away from Kansas City, but then again, they do come in winless. First time in 40 years. And it looks like they're going to stay that way for this preseason.
Yeah, Don Davis picks up the fumble. He was probably about the only guy that wasn't in the pile, and he gets the fumble recovery.
There's a great hat there.
You have one like that, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I don't have as many medals on it. She must be a traitor. I remember at the Olympics in '88, that was one of the biggest, most brisk businesses was pin trading. Every year Olympics. It's unbelievable what people do.
95, defense, 5 yards, first down.
Yeah, I think just a little frustration has set in, Mr. Jaworski.
Oh, boy. Gunther Cunningham is not happy with the performance of his Kansas City Chiefs this evening. Sloppy, poor on offense, poor on defense, penalties. And they got to open up against the Colts.
Oh, boy.
Peyton Manning, maybe the best quarterback in football right now.
And Marvin Harrison looks really good. Uh-oh, Stecker to the corner. Cut it back inside. Penalty flag probably going to bring this one back.
When the side judge throws it in, it's usually holding.
And a good toss it was, too.
Number 84, offense, 10 yards.
Andre Hastings, the guilty party.
We'll see it. Stecker bounces to the outside. Couldn't find Hastings. I was looking to see that hole. It's coming a little late in the picture, and you'll see him coming in motion right there. Let's follow him. Goes high, can't go low. Good job. It's hard to tell from there, but maybe holding the shirt. But from my vantage point, it looks like a pretty good block.
Joe Hamilton, any quarterback in what has turned out to be a blowout for Tampa Bay. And this late in the game, this late in the preseason, and this far down on the depth chart, Not surprising you'd see him have to call a timeout here.
All right, here we go. Let's ask Jaws. All right, who do you see in the black and blue division who presents the biggest threat to the Bucs this season? Mike from Claremont. The black and blue division, I guess, would be the NFC Central. And I believe the Detroit Lions, the team that is one that we all should look out for if you're a Buccaneer fan.
Okay. The reasons why?
Oh, they got a big, huge offensive line. Aaron Gibson coming back healthy. They pick up James Stewart, the free agent from Jacksonville, good power running team. And when you look at their 3 wide receivers and Crowell, Morton, and Herman Moore as a trio, maybe, or arguably they're as good as anyone in football. Or Charlie Batch is healthy. That's the team that can score some points.
Got to keep him healthy. And James Stewart, boy, there's another guy brings the big load, good north-south runner.
You got it. And behind that big old hulking offensive line, they'll move the pile. He'll get some yards.
Yeah. There we go. The first down at 14 from the 16. They floated outside. Hastings picks up a few. And that is the play that with Keyshawn Johnson in the game. First half, they broke it big down the sideline. Big carry, a big catch and run by Keyshawn.
It's a play designed by Gary Croughton up in Chicago. And you'll see the quick pass right there and the quick block right there. And that's what you want to get. A skilled receiver out on the perimeter. The Chicago Bears and Gary Croughton have done a good job with a quick screen style of offense and get your playmakers in space.
Second down and 10. Deep drop. Hamilton throws. Oh, in and out of the hands of Yo Murphy.
Dave, the NFL is a great copycat league.
Oh, yeah.
If someone does something good, you'll see everybody using it.
It is so true. Right now, no amount of copycatting can help Gunther Cunningham en route to a winless preseason. It'll be the first ever.
40 years the existence of the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow. Had a chance to talk to Lenny Dawson at halftime, the Hall of Fame quarterback from the Chiefs. He works for their radio station.
But he was in a good mood after that first half. Hamilton all day, finds somebody deep. Oh, he found the wrong guy. But it's dropped at the 45-yard line. Got it down there. Larry Atkins had his hands on it, and he'll agree that he should have made that catch.
He would not have thrown this football. You'll see the safeties divide right here, creating the void in the middle. What happens is they read the inside route. Both safeties do not underthrow a deep throw. Do not overthrow a short throw. It's a cardinal rule of quarterbacking. That time Joe Hamilton underthrew a deep throw. Should have got it picked off.
Royals' last punt wasn't a good one. It only went 33. Let's see if he can get more. Good hang time. Kitchings from the 35, and down he goes. Good coverage. Yo Murphy. Good coverage by the Murph. 44 yards on the punt. Season ticket waiting list. Prestigious list. It'll get you at least closer to finally getting in here to Raymond James Stadium. Do yourself a favor, 1-800-795-BUCKS, or on the website at www.buccaneers.com to get on there, the waiting list.
This is the best stadium in football, and these may be the best fans in football. And I may have to be on that waiting list. I don't think I can get this on my seat in the regular season, Mr. Sims.
Hey, you were just up at Green Bay. Are they doing some renovations up there, talking about it?
Yeah, they're talking about it. They have a referendum coming up within the next couple months to determine what's going to happen with the stadium up there.
Blitz. Moreau had it. Didn't put it away. Well-designed play. And there's a lot of room for Moreau, but he got a little too excited.
Nothing like Lambeau Field, though, Dave, to go to a football game. It's a very unique place.
Oh, that's a perfect throw. Hit him up in the pads. Very catchable ball.
And Moreau caught a lot of balls from Redmond at Louisville. Sometimes you take your eye off it. You may have saw Nate Webster coming off the corner, ready to deliver the lumber to him.
It's Jacoby in at tight end. Gall and Moreau are the running backs. Gall goes in motion. Fake to him. White. Tough throw. Pick written all over it. Oh, Gibson had it. Second opportunity for Quarles, and the Bucs couldn't come up with the interception.
Broken up by Gibson.
That is an inexperienced quarterback making a mistake. You'll see the play-action fake. He rolls out to his left, a right-hander running to his left. A tough throw. Just he delivers, he gets hit. And that duck is hanging up there, waiting to be picked off. Fortunately for Ted White, it fell to the green grass.
Tough throw, trying to get those hips squared, right? Crowd entertaining itself. Final 1:15, third quarter. Penalty flag. White looking for help. There is none. James Canada with the sack. Oh, that's not real bright. The quarterback going to shove a D lineman.
I believe the whistle had blown. There was a legal procedure, a little movement by the right tackle.
Ooh.
False start, 72 offense. 5 yards, third down.
Darnell Alford, the rookie from Boston College.
Tony does not like his players to lose their cool, but it was actually Ted White who lost his cool.
Canada brings him down. What's the problem?
Nothing. Except
straight up football.
I don't think Ted White likes to be tackled. Then he better go play tennis.
Oh, yeah. And don't come near the net because somebody may hit it. Got a screen, got some help. Sheehy. Ooh, that closed down in a hurry, didn't it? Shelton Quarles. Nate Webster answered the call.
Somewhat of a give-up down by the Chiefs, 3rd and 15, throwing a little screen pass out in the flat. And against this Buccaneer defense, it is a give-up. The way these guys fly around, not going to pick up 15 yards.
Not at all. First look coming up, there's Sheehy. Nate Webster, good stick there. Help from Lamar Marshall. Nick Gallery, his first kick. Not too good. Hastings runs into his own man.
Hastings on the return.
37 yards on the punt. And a penalty flag's going to bring this back. Best blow in that series was Deshaun Mallard, who hit Andre Hastings.
Kick, number 52, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Andre O'Neal, there was a kick on the kicking play. A 5-yard penalty. Mr. McAwee explained that very nicely.
So this being preseason, what the heck? Make him kick it again?
Absolutely. Kick it again. Give Andre a shot for a big return.
And Deshaun Mallard will watch his peel-back block a little bit better this time. Hastings making an accounting of 10 guys in front of him. Gallery, they're looking for the return. Pretty good hang. Hastings at the 32. They stay in bounds. Gallery knocks him out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Let's see. They're gonna call it the 48 of Tampa Bay. Well, a little better performance that time by Tampa Bay. A 38-yard punt. Return wasn't too bad either.
Warren's having a good time, baby. Oh, yeah, look at Warren. I like that. Got the hat on. He's chilling on the sideline. Got this one. Hey, bring on the Patriots. I'm going to see that Drew Bledsoe a few times.
I'm surprised he still has his pads on. He did, what, 2 series? Had a heck of a play.
I'll tell you, what a breath of fresh air Warren Sapp is. Terrific football player, great personality. Kind of guy you love to have on your team.
Another series for Joe Hamilton. Going to throw it. Find some running room. And Joe gets down at the 48 of Kansas City. Pickup of about 6. Well, 3 quarters in the books. 27-7. Buccaneers dominating Kansas City. And we'll be right back as we start the 4th quarter.
Let's get back to some football.
27-7. This is what happens when you get one team interested and another team not very.
Still some guys fighting to make a roster spot. You will see some big plays before this final 15 minutes is over.
Ball at the 49. Joe Hamilton, quarterback draw, got the first down. Boy, we got to live to talk about it as well. Ron George tried to take him out.
This is just a quarterback draw, just like you'd give it to a fullback or a halfback in the single back formation. Using Joe Hamilton's running skills to pick up the first down.
7-yard pickup by Joe. Like his spirit. You watch his body language. Gunther, I think, would do anything to have this quarter be played in running time.
Gunther's covering up his mouth because of the language he may use.
Boy, Joe's standing right in there. Delivers the ball to number 48. And that's good for a first down. Blake Spence recently signed. Tight end. Blake out of Oregon, third-year man.
Second down 4 at the 36.
Nice job of hanging in the pocket by Hamilton, delivering the ball on the numbers. And in Les Steckel's motion offense in Tennessee, he kept 4 tight ends. It'll be interesting to see who makes the roster from that bunch.
Yoder in motion, resets. Hamilton looking to throw, sideline, nicely done.
Well, the knock on Joe Hamilton has been that he didn't have the big gun to throw the deep outs, the comebacks. Looked pretty good right there, folks.
Daniel Jones, his first catch tonight. First down for the Buccaneers as they keep this thing moving. 12 yards of the pickup.
Like real estate, the passing game is all about location, location, location. Throw it where your receiver can catch it to the outside on the numbers. Well done, Mr. Hamilton.
Drew O'Connor, top of your screen. Whalen in motion. Stecker looking for somewhere to run. Good individual effort. You know what? He reminds me a little bit of a guy that you've seen a bunch of times this preseason, Deuce Staley with the Eagles.
Yeah, Deuce,
wears the same number, same energy.
Deuce a little stronger, big size, a little more powerful, but Stecker certainly, has shown that he is a National Football League player. Got a real strong preseason after coming over from NFL Europe and playing, I believe they play 11 games there and a couple playoff games. This young man's seen a lot of football the last 5 or 6 months, and he's got 5 months ahead of him. And for Buccaneer fans, hopefully 6. I believe that Super Bowl's played here in January, didn't it?
Well, that's going to be fun. That is going to be an absolute blast. I know Tampa will be a great host and all kinds of movement there. My goodness. Toughest part right now for the players, even guys, struggling to make the ball club. It's been a long camp, a long preseason. Want to stay mentally tough. 20-point ball game.
Start, 44, offense, 5 yards, second down.
That would be Todd Yoder. And let's check in with our pal Doug Graber. Doug, what's going on?
The biggest difference in the running game tonight is clearly the timing is much better. And that's been something that they've struggled with all through training camp. And, boy, this is the right time for this to come together. Okay, Jaws and Dave.
Oh, the wise one is correct. If you want the timing right, it's going to be an opening day. Mr. Insider down there on the sideline. Great job, boy. It's been fun working with Coach Graber.
Sure enough. Right on the money. Good fake. Hamilton. A lot of options. Going to take it down and run. Nice cut. Picks up about 5.
And the safe option would have been to dump the ball off to Henry Lusk with a little check down and let Henry Lusk run with the ball because he's used to taking those hits. And Joe Hamilton, as a quarterback, you don't want to have him running around back there.
That's exactly right. Give it to the guy 6'2", 250 as opposed to the 5'10", $190.
To show my age, I played with Henry Lusk's brother, Herb Lusk.
Was that right?
At UCLA with the Eagles back in the late 70s, early 80s. Darn good running back.
Put on a blitz. They throw it sideline. Adjustment. No catch. Tried to get it to Daniel Jones. Coverage by Pat Dennis. That's going to bring on Martin Gramatica. 2 for 2 tonight. One from 27 yards in the second quarter, and another one late in the second quarter from 36. So Gramatica spotting at the 31. It will be a 41-yard attempt.
So I like what I see. You got Clyde Christensen there. You got Keyshawn. You got all the players around. They're still involved. They're still active. Developing that camaraderie, that esprit de corps, that chemistry that is so important. They're not sitting over by the water jug, shooting the breeze. They're actually involved in this game.
Good kick this time by Gramatica. Boy, he muscled that one through really well.
And a flag is down.
Average, number 77, he's 7 on the defense. Field goal is good. Penalty will go on the kickoff.
So 30-7. Long flight back to KC. Be a lot of discussions.
Where
did it go
Stock
wrong?
right there is the chief special teams coach. He's still trying to figure out what happened.
You call it what, an unsportsmanlike conduct? Curious to hear what that call is. 30-7 is the score right now with 11:17 to go.
All right, there's juking and jiving now. Dave, I know you've got those moves.
Weddings and bar mitzvahs, we are available.
You don't have those moves.
Never said I did either. 30-7 with 11:17 to go. Back with more in a moment. Jaworski, Doug Graber, and Bob Alvarez. Big blowout tonight for the Buccaneers. 30-7, not too much difficulty with this one. Martin Gramatica back on form. He's 3 for 3 tonight from 27, 36, and 41 yards. He's got to like that, progressively getting longer. We look at the Time Warner scoring drive.
And you always love to have your kicker feeling good going into opening day.
Now, I never wore my hair like that, but this is a new generation.
Dave, I'm not sure your hair was ever long enough.
It was, but it was too long ago to even want to get into. Kitchings fumble, loose ball, Tampa Bay, touchdown, David Gibson. Boy, it is just disintegrating for Kansas City. And how about Gibby? Gibby gets a free one.
Well, Kitching's been having a solid day. Young man wants to make plays, gets in the crowd. You got to wrap the ball up. Get it in the other hand, where the opposite of where the tacklers are coming from. He didn't. Consequently, touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Let's see who gets his first stick, too. He does carry the ball in the wrong hand, no question.
Correct.
That's Cardinal Rule 1. And holding it loose, Gibby made the tackle, didn't he?
Made the tackle and recovers the ball in the end zone for the touchdown.
The active Gramatica bangs home another one. 3 yards on the fumble, recovered, returned. Another commercial break here. And the special teams guys get a chance to catch their breath. Way to go, David Gibson, 37-7 Bucks. 37-7, final preseason game of the 2000 campaign. The Kansas City Chiefs, they'd do anything to get out of here right now. 11:03 to go. Buccaneers have this one well in hand.
I believe that roar we hear in the background is the jet engines warming up at Tampa Bay Airport. Gunther Cunningham wants to get his team out of here as quick as possible.
Kitchings will try it again. He likes holding it in the right hand. That's how he fumbled last time. And see some frustration. Cheap hits coming out now.
There's Gunther. He is
16-yard return. Well, I tell you what, I mean, we saw Carl Peterson during the break at halftime. He's the guy that runs the Chiefs, and he wasn't pleased, so it's all up and down the line. Tony, a lot to like for Tony, that's for sure.
See, when you look at Tony, you don't know if he's ahead 37-7 or behind 37-7. Complete control of his emotions.
Brian Shea gets the carry out of Emporia State. Second-year player. We saw him last year in preseason, a local favorite when we were in Kansas City last year. He got an unbelievable ovation. Played some in the NFL Europe.
By number 33,
I think he's done. We know he's done.
Oh, goodness, yes. Good run by Shea. Picks up 6. Shea will try it again. Follows big people. Followed his tight end that time, Mitch Jacoby.
Shea on the run.
Didn't find much that time.
Singleton.
Every time I hear that name Jacoby, I think of big Joe Jacoby from the Redskins, that mauling offensive tackle they had. There's Herman Edwards, one of my old teammates in the Philadelphia Eagles and our Super Bowl team in 1980.
He may be in the best shape of any coach in the National Football League.
And I'm going to tell you this, the undercurrent around the league is that Herman Edwards is the next head coach in the National Football League.
It's time, right?
Yes. You talk about the guys that top the list right now. It's Herman Edwards, Ted Cottrell up in Buffalo, and Al Saunders in St. Louis.
Moreau showing some speed, and we got a penalty flag, folks. And it is an easy call. The back judge made a great throw from about 30 yards for that one.
They better be careful the way they're throwing them flags.
Hey,
there
no
was an
lie.
incident in Cleveland
That's
a year
right.
ago, and
that young man, did he retire?
no, he's on injured reserve.
Injured reserve, okay. Face mask.
Foul on the end of the play. 5 yards. First down.
Let's see if we could see who grabbed the face mask. Nate Webster jumping over the top, trying to make a play.
Number 39.
So on the physically, what's the tackle's name? The big guy with the Cleveland Browns, physically unable to perform after he got hit in the eye. Jaws.
First and 10.
31-yard run, by the way, by Moreau.
Now you're asking me tough questions.
I thought you haven't done your scouting report in Cleveland yet. Okay.
There's not much to scout in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's true. Good-looking ballpark.
Beautiful ballpark.
Brian Shea. College football's all-time leading rusher, 6,958 yards in his 4-year career at Emporia State.
You know, Dave, we are online. Maybe someone could give us the answer since we're going brain dead here.
Yeah, I know. It'll happen. Well, it's our preseason as well. I was really in.
Does the name Jones jump out there?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, all you high-tech folks out there.
Here's Shea. Ooh, takes a big shot from Lamar Marshall. Shea is not a big guy, but he's got a nice little bounce to him.
Oh, man. There's Warren, and there's Martine. Who's the kicker?
It's like one of those books you read your 2-year-old.
Is that? Wait. That trunk is kind of sagging a little bit there.
Get in the squat rack. Let it rip. Third down, a short one. Moreau to the corner. He's home free. Touchdown, Kansas City. No flags. 23 yards on the run. Frank Moreau. First offensive touchdown for Kansas City. Their only score prior to that was the Donnie Edwards 61-yard interception return back in the first quarter.
Frank Moreau exploded to the outside.
Well, it's a really good block.
Yes, he did. You give any NFL running back that short corner, he's going to put it in the end zone on you. And, Dave, we do have our answer in Cleveland.
Orlando Brown, that's what it was. Thank you, Neil Nackman.
Neil Nackman.
Point after by Pete Stoyanovich is good. 6 carries, 75 yards for Frank Moreau.
I guess we're officially techies now, right, or whatever they...
Hey. Talking to Dick Shepp last night on my TV show in New York. He says he doesn't want to know about email. He doesn't open it. He figures he'd get addicted to it. I said, you'd be all right. 37-14. Bucks lead the Chiefs.
It's remodeling time at your Southern Ford dealer. Time to make room for the new 2001 models.
Seeing the big numbers, 8:05 to go, fourth quarter. Total yards, Kansas City making a little bit of a move here, Jaws. Tampa Bay with 286. They got a $113 rushing and 173 passing, and Kansas City up to 244. See what Joe Murphy can do from about the 3. Got to the 20. He's got a wall. If he accelerates, oh, he gets caught as the wall was set up. 17 yards on the return. Brought down by Ron George.
Ron George has been very active for the Chiefs defense, now making plays on the kickoff coverage team.
Well, you got to like that for a veteran.
Yes, you do.
This late in a blowout game, still showing some spirit, some spunk. See Dave Zott, some of the fellas applauding. Ron George. Extended work tonight for Joe Hamilton.
Tony'd love to see about a 12-play, 80-yard drive right here.
Dragged down from behind.
Abdullah on the run.
Abdullah brought down by Carlton Gray.
Tackled by Walker.
Check that. Tracy Walker, rather, from North Carolina.
Second down, 10.
Time Warner scoring drive. Frank Moreau, that's he right there, number 46. 8 plays, 75 yards, just under 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes in duration, rather. Oh, that won't work.
Flag.
Jason Freeman out of Oklahoma.
Starts, 89, offense. 5 yards, second down.
All right, so the Buccaneers, here's where it really counts. The money will be on the table.
Second down, 15 at the 15.
Now, you look at the schedule and think, well, it's, tough in the early part, but it's tough throughout. You go to New England, then Chicago, at Detroit. Detroit, very good football team. The Jets could test the Birdie back. The Skins, many people saying the Skins are the team to beat. I disagree. I think that the team we're looking at right now is the team to beat.
Give me your impressions. When you're a longtime veteran quarterback, you had your ton of success, took a team to the Super Bowl. What did you think of Dante Culpepper the last few games? Let's look at this, and I'll ask you about that.
All right.
Atlanta, Green Bay, Chicago, Buffalo. Boy, Dallas has not looked good.
Big game right here, St. Louis. You get in December and you play a team like St. Louis. You're talking about home field advantage. The Rams had the home field advantage in last year's NFC Championship game. I know Rich McKay would love to get the advantage of having the 12th man here at Raymond James Stadium. That's why you play those 16 regular season games, that home field advantage. There's Monty getting his defense ready. Boy, one of the real fine defensive coordinators in this league.
From just the football standpoint, and I would imagine from a fantasy football league standpoint, your thoughts on Dante Culpepper?
Well, when you watch the Sports Center highlights, you only see 2 or 3 big throws, and it's usually Randy Moss catching a short throw and making a big run, and stacks up the numbers. But Culpepper certainly has the big arm. I think he's going to be a big-time player someday, but he is still struggling with the nuances of being the starting quarterback, and I think it's going to take some time, and I think he's going to struggle early in his career. Hey, it's a whole lot different when it's opening day. Right now you're seeing a lot of vanilla defense, a lot of basic coverage.
Now, how about these draft picks? All 5 guys make it? Looks like it.
Wayland's, I haven't seen a whole lot. The other guys, I think, are in good shape right now.
Abdullah finds some room. Nice run, about 12 yards on the pickup.
Abdullah on the run.
Carrying people. Knocked down by Tracy Walker, the free safety. First down, Tampa Bay.
8 of 12. First down, Tampa Bay.
Abdullah on a delay. Good job by the O-line. We talked earlier, the offensive line had to come together. The first group did a good job. The backups are in there now, maintaining possession, creating some space for the running backs to run the football. It's been a good job by the O-line tonight.
Abdullah, 8 carries, 30 yards, with the long run of 12 yards. Looking for more here. Hunting, pecking to the outside. And a good tackle. Real nice tackle in the secondary by Pat Dennis, number 41. Check out a little Ask Jaws here.
Oh, these high-tech guys that we are. How many wins do you think it will take to get the home field advantage throughout the playoffs? Well, you're probably looking at 12 or 13 wins to get it throughout. You look at what the Rams have to do this year. You have a tougher schedule, of course, but when you look at the NFC West, there's not a whole lot of competition. They're going to stack up some wins. So I think you're probably looking at 12 or 13 wins to get home field advantage.
Second down and 5 from the Tampa Bay 48. Abdullah cutting back against the grain. Maybe a gain of 1, 2 tops.
Bucks looking to get another first down here, and that pretty much turn out the lights.
You bet.
Except for our post-game show coming up.
Matter of minutes. Hang with us.
Oh, that, are you kidding me? With bated breath.
3:40 and counting. May not have as much of a traffic jam because folks have been leaving for a while here. We come up on 3.5 to go.
You know, we just saw Andre Hastings on the sideline, and I really believe when the Bucks went out and acquired Andre Hastings, it was a wake-up call for this receiving corps. Everyone knew Keyshawn Johnson and what he was going to bring, but I think, you know, when training camp had started, Andre Hastings was brought in to challenge, and I think that was really the bell ringer for the other wide receivers.
Whalen with the catch. Gary Stills, another West Virginia product, brought him down.
That Allen Iverson hairdo there. I get a chance to see Allen a lot up in Philadelphia.
Mark Royals back to punt.
Talk to him, will you please? Get him straightened out.
You're asking me? I got my own problems.
I got to call my man Sonny Hill.
Sonny might be able to get to him. Because Larry Brown certainly isn't.
That's for sure. 2:40 to go. Royals. Chance to work it out and see if he can get it to die down there. Good old backspin, no sir. Boy, nobody goes for the coffin corner. My goodness, Gary Stills involved down on the field with Morris Unatoa.
Yeah, Mark needed to use the lob wedge there. He just used the pitching wedge.
Yeah.
Put a little more spin on that one.
49 yards on the punt. Two valuable, outstanding players there. Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks. Had a chance to watch this baby. 37-14 Bucks over the Chiefs. A drive home. Some celebration later on this evening. And don't forget, you can follow the Bucks, our sister station, WQYK, all season long. And the sports radio team, 1010, The Team. Gene Deckerhoff, Scott Brantley, and Tom Clum.
Great group of guys.
Indeed. They just had Gene, of course, the longtime voice of the Buccaneers. And Florida State. There he is.
Gene, come on, Gene. We got to have you take that jacket off. Look at that shirt. We got to see that shirt.
All universe on the shirt, rather. And Gene's had some good FaceTime tonight. We took care of him. As are the Bucks doing to the Chiefs, 37-14. Positively have to say hello to all the Buck fans watching this game tonight. Tallahassee on WTLH, Orlando on WFTV, and Fort Myers on WFTX, and in Gainesville on WCJB. How are you doing? If you're Buck fans, you're loving this. A no doubt about it.
David, I got to tell you, it's been a blast doing this preseason with you once again. I want to thank, Greg Blackburn, Bruce Copeland, Mike Conway over at UPN 44. Great group of guys, man. It was a lot of fun, and I hope this is just a warm-up to what the regular season's going to bring.
You bet. No doubt about it.
There's old Bruce Copeland.
WTOG, proud to be with the Bucks. 21 years. And we were really pleased back in, game 1, the Washington game. We had the biggest rating of any team in the National Football League.
Around the whole country.
How wild is that? Look out, Ted. Hangs one high. And an incompletion. As he tried to get it to Arlen Bruce, rookie free agent out of Minnesota.
A lot of people get involved putting this telecast on every week, folks. Hard-working group.
Number 2, Nick Gallery in to punt. In to receive, number 22, Aaron Sticker.
David, I think I'll be in Washington next week for the Carolina at Washington game.
And I'm off to the college ranks for a while, do a little pro stuff on the radio. I want to thank John Dishron for the stats, and John Holt, of course, spotting here. I get a chance to see Heisman Trophy favorite Michael Vick twice in 3 weeks.
You are one lucky guy. What an exciting football.
Oh, he's tremendous. See him next week at home at Blacksburg, Virginia against Akron. Matter of fact, that game will be down here in the Tampa Bay and most of the Florida area. And a couple of weeks later against Rutgers. But they
the
are
coach's old team. still probably the winningest coach they've ever had.
Yeah, they've had some difficult times, to put it mildly. And they're going to run out the clock here. This is what they call a merciful end.
Best play in football, the flop on.
That's right. Ron, yes, indeed. It has been a joy doing these games. It's been a lot of fun. Tony and the whole the ball club and Rich McKay and the Glazers, great organization. Great to be associated with these folks. And the fans, the fans, have been really marvelous to work for down here in Tampa. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I echo your sentiments on the Buccaneer organization. They really are the model now that a lot of NFL teams look to try to replicate, because they're doing it right down here in Tampa Bay.
Anybody's up in New York and you hear a lot of screaming, it's probably me rooting for the Bucs later on during this season. That'll do it, folks. Basically no serious injuries that we've seen to this point, which is terrific news. Gunther Cunningham and the Chiefs, for the first time in their vaunted history, go winless. Difficult to believe, but the Kansas City Chiefs go winless in the preseason. Let's go down to Doug Graber. He's got the player of the game, the Beef O'Brady player of the game.
Our Beef O'Brady player of the game, Mike Allstott. Welcome back, Mike.
Thank you. Feels good to be back.
You know, you really got this crowd rocking and rolling in your whole team here with that one run. That was spectacular.
My name was called. I had to do something, and I'm usually called around the goal line, and my job's to get in the end zone, whatever it takes, and I did that.
You got to like the new offense, too.
Very excited for the year. A lot of exciting things are going to be happening, and with the talent we got on this team, it's endless.
Congratulations, Mike. Hey, guys, back up.
Well, Mike Allstott, guaranteed, will be on everybody's play of the evening on every wrap-up show in the country. And right now, let's hear from Tony Dungy, the head coach of the Buccaneers.
Coach, pretty good way to end the preseason.
It really is. That's what we talked about yesterday, was coming out playing real sharp and getting some momentum, and I think we did that.
Any real major disappointments to your camp as we went through?
Not really. The big thing we got to get squared away is the penalties. That's still haunting us a little bit, but I think our effort's been good. I think we're right where we need to be.
Your offense averaged 4.7 per rush tonight. You got to be happy with that.
That was good. We wanted to get the running game going. The last 2 weeks, I thought we'd made improvements, and hopefully that'll continue.
Tough decisions this weekend.
Wow, there will be. Some guys really played well in the second half, and we're going to have to sit down and kind of filter our way through it, but we're going to have a good team, and we're going to let some good players go, unfortunately.
Coach, thanks so much for visiting with us, and good luck against New England.
Thanks a lot. It's been a fun preseason, Doug.
Okay, Tony, thank you. Okay, guys, you hear it from the boss.
Yeah, good stuff, Doug, no question about it. And the decision-making process now really is where the coaches are going to earn their money, because some good guys, some good players are going to have to leave this organization. We've got plenty more as we look forward to this 2000 season. We recap the 2000 preseason. We do that coming up after these messages. The Bucs won it big, 37-14. 14 Buccaneers take advantage of a couple of turnovers, some mistakes, and they do some good things on their own as well. Dave Simpson, Ron Jaworski with you as the Bucs go 3-1 in the preseason. Kansas City an uncharacteristic 0-4.
First time in 40 years, that is the entire existence of the Kansas City Chiefs. They did not win a preseason game, and quite honestly, they look atrocious tonight. I think Gunther Cunningham is going to have some problems this year.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a long year, but for Tampa Bay, looking on the up note, nobody got hurt in that defensive secondary, because the last couple of weeks with safeties seemed like they were just dropping like flies. They didn't get hurt there. David Gibson gets a touchdown today, falls. As a matter of fact, he hits the kick returner and then falls on it for a touchdown. So a lot of good moments there for Tampa Bay.
Well, what I liked was the attitude of the football team. I think Tony Dungy had this team ready for this game. Most people look at the fourth preseason game and say, we're just going to go out there, don't get anybody hurt. They wanted to get their units playing well together, and they really did. The offensive line came together, a lot of changes in the old line. You saw it starting to form. And then you saw the big runs, and I think those big runs can be attributed to blocking downfield, and that's an attitude that Keyshawn Johnson brings to this football team. Those 4 or 5 yard runs, they're nice. But now you get the wide receivers making blocks down the field. You're getting the 20, the 30-yard run. That means explosive plays. And when you look at the defensive side of the ball, the problem the Buccaneers have had in the preseason was tackling. That was correct. And tonight, it was an outstanding night of tackling.
In a big way, too. And you talk about capitalizing and coming back. Edwards had the 61-yard interception return for a touchdown. And, the Bucs could have said, hey, wait a minute. They come right back. They complete a drive with Allstott having the touchdown run easily of the night anywhere in the National Football League. And when we come back, we're going to take a look at all those highlights. And hopefully part of the highlights will be what you talked about, Keyshawn Johnson, the other wide receivers doing some outstanding blocking at the point of attack downfield, which was very impressive. Back with more. 37-14 Bucs over the Chiefs. By the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight in the final preseason game, 37-14 over the Kansas City Chiefs. Dave Sims and Ron Jaworski and Doug Graber down on the sideline. Sure, he's got a lot of things he'd like to discuss as a coach. He knows what it's like to go into the regular season after this final game of the preseason and the evaluations that are in store for Tony Dungy and his crew right now.
Well, I've got a list here. I've got the program, folks, right here. And I know Doug's going to get this. And, Doug, we're going to start with, number 1, Drew O'Connor, and end with number 99, Warren Sapp, because you know everything about these guys.
Well, I don't know about that. But you know what, Jaws, I'll tell you, there's a couple things that really did impress me tonight, a couple individual players. Offensively, and I'll tell you something that has really hurt in this preseason is Patrick Hape's foot injury. That tight end, the Bucs feel he's one of the top 10 tight ends in the NFL in terms of blocking. And I'll tell you what, tonight out here on that field, he was a real presence, and that was the key thing. They averaged over 4.7 per rush tonight. The timing was better. A lot of the little errors looked like they were eliminated, and I know that Les Steckel and Tony Dungy are going to be thrilled when they look at the tapes of that.
Coach, when you look at the tight end position, in Les Steckel's offense, it's built around movement, motion. In his offense with Tennessee, he had 4 tight ends on the roster. Do you think he'll carry 4 tight ends here in Tampa Bay?
I think they would if it were not for all the injuries in the offensive line and the secondary. I think you're exactly right. They would like to carry 4, but they're going to have to carry an extra offensive lineman and probably an extra safety early in the season, and that is really going to limit them. I think right now they're going to have to go with 3 and use Allstott Summers in the H-back role as well, which will help that out, Jaws.
Doug, what did you think of the performance by the offensive line, units 1, 2, and 3?
Well, without question, the best of the preseason. They have been making a lot of little errors in these other preseason games, and that's not unusual when you're putting in a whole new offense like they have. They ran influence traps last week and didn't really execute those very well at New England. And every week they've had a plan in terms of what they're putting in. But tonight the offensive line was very crisp. The running backs, the timing was much better. It was really very impressive, I thought.
Coach, at the wide receiver spot, most teams keep 6 wide receivers. Some teams keep 7. It appears the Buccaneers are going to keep 5. And it appears to me that Andre Hastings, when he got here, elevated that entire wide receiving core. How do you see the wide receiver position playing out?
Well, I think that's a great observation because there's no question that Hastings got all these guys going. And Keyshawn Johnson has had a tremendous impact on the receivers. I'll tell you, one thing you saw tonight, just as an example, you saw Riddell Anthony make a great block to spring Warwick Dunn. And I'll tell you what now, we haven't seen a lot out of that from Riddell Anthony, and I think Keyshawn really sets the tone for the whole wide receiver core. It's going to be some interesting decisions. My personal thought would be I think Hastings is going to make this football team, and I really see it coming down to he and Yo Murphy, and that's one of the tough decisions that Tony was talking about.
Yeah, tough indeed. Now, you don't have to worry about cutting this guy, but Tony and company had to be very happy with Martin Gramatica, 3 for 3 tonight after 1 for 4 start. The kickoffs prior to tonight weren't really good, but tonight they were pretty consistent, down the middle, couple 3 yards deep, and then good coverage by the special teams.
Well, that's exactly right, and a huge sigh of relief from the sideline here tonight because Martin has struggled during the preseason. Actually, he was my vote for player of the game, honestly, because his kickoffs where he struggled this preseason were outstanding. I'm like Jaws. I like to see him knock them right down the middle. They weren't all right down the middle, but they were in there. And That was a key thing because the kicker, when he starts losing his confidence, that's a scary thing. And Martine had to get a huge dose of confidence tonight, and that's good for the whole organization.
Doug, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and look at the highlights. A lot of scores tonight, a lot of big moments for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they close out the preseason at 3-1. 37-14 Buccaneers here at Raymond James Stadium.
You passed on this.
Route the Kansas City Chiefs. Dave Sims and Ron Jaworski along with Doug Graber with you. And right now we want to recap and revisit some of the action that happened on the field this evening. Here's the touchdown run by Stecker. And this made it 27-7 Tampa Bay in the third quarter.
And Henry Lusk with a nice block out of the fullback position allowed Stecker to get in the end zone, giving that old Shannon Sharp pose.
That was after Webster's fumble recovery return. There's another look.
Take a look at it again. Henry Lusk picks up the penetration, opening up the seam for Stecker to get in the end zone. Good awareness by Lusk.
Now here's a play here created by, watch number 46, David Gibson. Gets his hat on the ball right there.
Good special teams play. Joe Marciano's got to be real happy about the play of his teams tonight. Ball's loose in the end zone.
Check out, it was Spence, Ron. I made a mistake. It was Spence who created the play.
We covered ourselves on the replay.
Indeed. On the replay. And this is Teddy White, quarterback for Kansas City, handing off to Frank Moreau, and Moreau takes it home from 23 yards.
Yeah,
and that was the final score of the night.
Good blocking by the Chiefs at the point of attack. Just wiped out the right side of the Buccaneer defense, and Moreau took it down the sideline for the touchdown. One of the few highlights